They want buildings in New York taken down and rebuilt without windows, because a window is environmentally unfriendly. I guess the sun goes through and creates a little warm feel. I like nice and warm. Oh, it's so beautiful. I want a window in my apartment. Oh, I want to...
That was Donald Trump speaking in Novi, Michigan, before a very teeny tiny crowd. Earlier in the day, Vice President Kamala Harris is packing football stadiums now of more than 30,000 people, and Donald Trump in smaller venues right there, ranting and raving that there won't be windows anymore if you don't elect him. In addition, one of his main talking points now is that there won't be cows unless you elect him, that they will take away all of your cows. Here, play this clip.
But no, these people are for real. You know, the cows are going to disappear. No more cows. No more anything. These people are crazy.
And it gets worse from there, folks. He's now continued to use the line that America is a garbage can. That's his closing message, that America is terrible, he says. America is a dumpster. America is a garbage can, he says. Play this clip.
But I use this term. You know, I always said we're the dumping ground for the world. Yesterday I said, we're the garbage can for the world. We're a garbage can. We're like a garbage can, and they dump their criminals, their people with tremendous mental problems from insane asylums, from mental institutions. They're drug dealers, they're gang members.
You know, as Governor Josh Shapiro of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania said, stop crap talking the United States of America. America is leading the world right now in GDP, in innovation, and it's Donald Trump who continues to try to destroy our country each and every day and just talks down to it. So he goes from talking about no windows, no cows, then says horrific things about the United States, and then he goes on this rant about hydrogen, and then, you know, your wife may see your hydrogen, honey, and you'll get blown up and your wife won't be able to recognize you. Hydrogen. Here, play the clip.
Except hydrogen. There will be no hydrogen cars. They tend to blow up, and once they blow up, you are not recognizable anymore. No, they say that's the hottest new thing, hydrogen. Does anybody they say it's so hot. The problem is when it's not hot, it's bad. It's bad. So I don't want to do that. They say for the most part, for the most part, it's really wonderful, but when it goes bad, it's over. You're not recognizable. They call the wife, please come and inspect to see whether or not this is your husband. He's lying against a tree.
Again, these are the things that go down at a Trump event. He's not articulating policy. He's basically not even speaking in sentences. It's just a bunch of sounds at this point. Like, take a look at here, where Donald Trump starts saying something about somebody is unhappy, there's stuff going up in the sky, and then back and forth. Here, play this clip.
And you know what? You'd had no problems. 9 o'clock, 9:30, you announce a woman. Somebody's unhappy and somebody's not, but there's no stuff going up to the sky, back, forth. And it would cost 8%. This is not the most important thing, but it's important. Paper ballots would cost 8% of what the machines cost. And paper ballots, how about these machines? They have the machines and they said, we won't be able to give you a vote for 6 days, right, on election night. We won't be able to give you a vote for 6 days with paper ballots. 10 o'clock in the evening, they announce, there's bad stuff going on. Why are we paying 10 times the cost for something that doesn't give you the vote for a long time? You see it all the time. They have states that are, you know, say, we'll need a few more days. With paper ballots, you don't. You know, France went to it. They had mail-in voting. They had all this stuff. And it was really working badly. It was corrupt. And they went to paper ballots, voter ID, same day voting. They have one day. They had 39 million votes. At the end, they had a winner, they had a loser, and that was it. Everybody went home. That's crazy.
Then he says, as he's reading off a teleprompter or struggling to read off a teleprompter, isn't it great that I don't use teleprompters? And the crowd's like, yeah, that's so amazing. There's a teleprompter quite literally right in front of him. You can see the teleprompter. Play the clip.
Isn't it nice, by the way, to have a president that doesn't need a teleprompter? idiots. Because a lot of
Oh, Donald Trump is big mad also that Vice President Kamala Harris is packing stadiums now. He's like, she's busing people there. That's how they get the people there. No, that's what Donald Trump does, by the way. And we showed you before in our videos that Donald Trump buses the people there, but not home. And it's kind of the same people that follow Donald Trump around venue to venue. But take a look at what he says about Vice President Kamala Harris and Beyonce. Play this clip.
You know, last night my opponent had one of these, and they bust in people, but you know, they got Beyonce, and Beyonce, you know, Beyonce, blah. They got Beyonce. So Beyonce went up, spoke for a couple of minutes, and then left, and the place went crazy. They booed the hell out of everybody. They thought she was going to perform. Now, I would have no interest in that, but they said, and what happened is, my opponent got up and started speaking. They booed the hell out of her. It's crazy. So they have to use people to get people to come, and then they send buses. We don't send buses. Everybody comes. We're just going to make America great again. It's very simple.
Yeah, because I think that there's a lot of joy and people are simply having a lot more fun at Kamala Harris rallies. I mean, she's packing stadiums right now in some of the biggest speeches in the history of American politics. Play this clip. And these events are filled with joy. Take a look at the pre-Harris speaking event jamming session in Houston. Play this clip. Then one of the things that Donald Trump does always is just the unadulterated homophobia that the corporate media just lets him talk about. And even Anderson Cooper just seems to be more hostile to people speaking about democracy than Donald Trump, who continues to refer to Anderson Cooper as Allison Cooper because Anderson Cooper's gay. Play this clip.
Kamala Harris is so incompetent and so unfit that she is obviously disqualified from being president of the United States. All you have to do is take a look at what she said the other night on CNN. They had a town hall. Even Allison Cooper was embarrassed by it. He was embarrassed by it.
And again, it's just 2-bit bullying. Like, again, I speak to parents, adults out there, whether you're a parent or just an adult, that just, who behaves like that? Like, if you had someone in your life who was like calling gay people Allison and they think that's funny, I'd be like, okay, grow up. This is who the leader of the Republican Party that's gone full MAGA is right now. Here he is continuing to lie and say Vice President Kamala Harris didn't go to McDonald's. She never worked at a McDonald's. Here, play the clip.
Got a crash. Can't have her as your president. Kamala's angry and bitter campaign is alienating voters nationwide. Oh, they lie so much. They lie. They lie so much. How about McDonald's? I worked so hard at McDonald's. She didn't work at McDonald's. She never worked there. They never saw that. The manager of the store said she never worked here. She never worked. She's a liar. She's a liar. And I told you before, every commercial she does about me, it's the exact opposite.
Don't you see the people in the background, though, here at this Novi, Michigan event that Donald Trump held? Like, they're bored because he's just they're bored, but also in their cult, they have to like pretend that this is interesting. Play this clip.
We will build a large-scale, massive missile defense shield, all of it made in the U.S., much of it made in Michigan. We will rebuild our cities, including our capital in Washington.
And then Donald Trump makes an interesting admission here. He goes, after 11 days, this isn't going to be happening anymore, these events. Play this clip.
But we've been doing this really together for 9 years. And in 11 days, we won't be doing this any longer. We'll be doing other things. So it's a little bit sad because there has never been anything like this done in the history of our country. And probably and probably it will never happen again when you have a...
Never thought I'd say this, but I want to give a shout out to Geraldo Rivera, who was a Trump supporter, was a supporter of Republican views. And now he's out there saying, look, I've seen these candidates. I think a lot of people are falling into this camp right now, where we're seeing that in the early vote with Geraldo saying, look, I'm supporting Vice President Kamala Harris. She's putting forward actual plans for people, and he's out there and outspoken and not hiding it. And so I got to give him credit for that. Meanwhile, Donald Trump continues to insult women voters and women in general. Donald Trump just goes on his own. He goes, people don't care about abortion anymore. That's what he says. He goes, abortion has dropped way down as an issue. States are already giving it to the people to vote, which is what everyone wanted. Like Ronald Reagan, I believe in exceptions for rape, incest, and the life of the mother. Many states are already done. Others are moving to a vote now. So he goes, this isn't even an issue anymore. So yeah, tell that to the women who are dying right now across the country because of you overturning Roe v. Wade and taking away their freedoms. I said this on a recent podcast that I did. I said, women today have less rights than their grandparents. Right now. Just think of the freedoms have been taken away in these United States of America. And look, I don't think voters like that. I don't think voters like when their freedoms are encroached upon. Remember that flag, don't tread on me? Donald Trump's MAGAs are the ultimate treaders. Quite literally, all they want to do is tread on you with Donald Trump. Donald Trump physically wants to tread on you. Anyway, here's a line to vote early in Farmington Hills, Michigan. It's one of the bluer Detroit metro suburbs. It's quite diverse, packed for voting today. Play this clip. And by the way, I want to remind you of this, what J.D. Vance would say about Donald Trump and Trump voters. Here, play this clip.
There's something I saw a guy from Middletown said, actually on another network, that Trump has turned everything around in his life. He's definitely brought all of his businesses up, and maybe if we latch on to him, he'll bring us up too. Again, I don't necessarily believe that.
Vice President Kamala Harris just dropped this ad as well. Perfect. Mar-a-Lago Senior Living is what they're calling it. Play the clip.
Welcome to Mar-a-Lago Senior Living, a state-of-the-art senior facility located on the coast of Florida. If the senior in your life is getting exhausted, it might be time for a change. Here at Mar-a-Lago Senior Living, we care for even the most particular residents.
My teleprompter people doing a great job, as are Asians.
Even the ones who still feel young at heart.
And I'm not 80, and I'm not that close to 80. Put on Pavarotti singing Ave Maria.
Many residents find their favorite music comforting. If the senior in your life tends to wander off, our round-the-clock care has you covered. Mar-a-Lago Senior Living. Watch the Florida sunset while you sundown.
Even Joe Rogan wasn't buying what Donald Trump was selling. Play this clip.
Well, I also think,
Joe, we're dealing with the smartest people. They hate when I say, when I call President Xi, they said, he called President Xi brilliant. Well, he's a brilliant guy. He controls 1.4 billion people with an iron fist. I mean, he's a brilliant guy, whether you like it or not. And they go crazy.
Right.
Say,
it doesn't mean he's not evil, or it doesn't mean he's not
of course not.
dangerous.
But actually, we have evil people in our country.
Yes.
If you have a smart president, he can deal with Russia. He can deal with all of it. Russia would have never gone into Ukraine if I were president.
And one of the things here Donald Trump tells Joe Rogan is, he's like, even the polls that have me slightly leading, it costs me too much money to buy them. So let me be clear. So Donald Trump is angry because he thinks the fake polls that show him with a narrow lead should cost less. This sounds like an admission to me. Play this clip.
But, I have a theory. These pollsters, they charge you a lot of money, too. They charge you $500,000 to do some stupid poll, and they interview like 251 people. I don't think they interview them in many cases. I don't want to get myself in too much trouble.
You think it's bullshit?
No, I think they sit there, they make a deal, they get $500,000, and they say, Trump's leading 51-49. They announce it, and everybody says, oh. Do you understand? I think in a lot, look, I'm a very common sense person. I think that they probably don't always poll. Some of them probably never poll. What's the difference between 49-51 and 47.5?
Well, it's also a tiny percentage of the population. I don't think it's representative of the overall population. I just don't think
I don't
it
know
is.
of one person in my whole life that ever got called by a pollster.
Exactly.
And here Joe Rogan is getting tired of the weave. Let's play it.
He was not bad, right? That guy.
Oh, he was phenomenal.
But that's your kind of
Your
person.
weave is getting wide. We're getting wide with
my
this
weave.
weave.
But isn't it
I want
much
to bring
better?
it back to tariffs.
But wait one second before we.
I showed you the line in Michigan. Let me show you in Pennsylvania. Allegheny County is out to vote. Let's be very clear. Take a look at this line from Allegheny in Pennsylvania, because I think they're watching the stuff that I'm showing you and they're like, what? Here, play the clip. Well, there you have it, folks. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 4 million together. Thanks so much for watching.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Meidas by signing up to the MeidasTouch newsletter at MeidasTouch.com/newsletter.